Welcome back to Julie's Wreath Boutique. Today we're going to make an adorable Valentine's wreath, and I hope you enjoy what I came up with and what my vision was for it. I also want to let you all know that this is a collab video with a fellow YouTuber, and her name is Heidi Sonboul. And you can check out her channel. The description link will be in the box below. And she has amazing content. If you love anything DIY, anything crafty, home organization, home decorating, oh my goodness, she gives you so much. So do me a favor, watch this whole video for me, okay? And then go to the link that I give you in the description box below and watch Heidi's video and see what she's made that's adorable for Valentine's Day as well. So when you go to her channel, make sure you leave her a heart emoji for me so she'll know that you came from Julie's Wreath Boutique. So let's get started. Let's make something really cute. All right, the first thing we're going to do for this project is we are going to cut out a piece of felt to go on the back of our wreath. I like to use this little, it's kind of, I think it's called the wave blade, and I do have this in my Amazon store link below in the description box. And I just like to cut around my frames with something pretty, and we're just going to go around here and make this so that we can put this on the back of our wreath when we're done. I just feel like when you do something like this, it just finishes it off for you and it just looks nice. And I know my customers appreciate it. They make sure to tell me. Okay, so it didn't cut right there. So I'll cut it really easy here. Didn't quite get in there. So now we have a piece of felt for the back of our wreath. Okay, so the first step that we're going to do in making this adorable little Valentine's Day wreath is we are going to take some foam board, and as you can see, I've used this for other projects. I get this at the Dollar Tree for $1. So one sheet of this will last you for several projects. So what I want to do is I want to cut out a piece of heart that we're going to use as an insert for our wreath. I don't want to cut it on the inside of the the most inner part of this heart frame wreath, but I want to cut it on the outside. So what I'm going to do is, let's just go ahead and get my marker out here and move this over. And I just want to, make it just a tad bit bigger than the inside of this wreath, because I want this to set inside this wreath, and it's going to be raised a little bit. So don't worry that my lines are not perfectly straight. Nothing is perfect. Creativity is not perfect. So I don't want you to worry about being like, oh, this is not perfectly straight. It's okay. We just want to make a template here. That's the point. All right, so here we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my X-Acto knives, and any of the materials that I use, like the board here or my glue gun or my wire clippers, anything like that I use, it's always in the description box below in my Amazon shop. And you can find all this stuff in that one place, just kind of an easy place to get some supplies if you order from Amazon. It helps support my channel and helps me being able to keep making more videos for you. So I appreciate it when you order. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to go this side up. I'm a little bit off there. Let's get back on track. There we go. And this does not have to be a perfect cutout, and I'm going to show you why. Because we're not going to see these edges. Oops. Come on. All right, let's see if we can just pop that out now. Almost. Might have some spots. Okay. But I think you get the gist of what we're doing here. So I'm going to get this popped out, and then we're going to come back and cover it. So I have my heart cut out, and we're going to use this nice, pretty black and white polka dot fabric. You don't need much of this. what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do it this way. We're going to just cut out around the edges here. And you don't have to use a rotary cutter. I'm just using it because it's fast and I have one. If you have scissors, just use scissors. Okay, see if that cut. I probably need a new blade for mine because it cuts all kinds of things like burlap and mesh, and yeah. So this doesn't need to be perfect. So as you can see, it didn't cut everything out. So, all right. So we're gonna cut our heart out. That sounds awful. I'm gonna cut our heart out. Okay. And I'm gonna put a little bit of glue, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna glue this on. So as you can see, I'm gonna cut the this down right there. Get my glue gun, my very well-loved glue gun. And I'm just gonna put some glue. And you know, you could even use, man, you could just, if you had, what is that stuff called? Mod Podge, you could do that. So I think I put the glue a little too far from it, but it'll be all right. Nobody's gonna see this part. So we're gonna just glue it down. We just want to get our heart covered, okay? So I have my heart covered and it's ready to go. So I'm going to set this aside. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to wrap our heart frame, okay? So I'm just going to use, this is what I encourage you to do. Use something that you already have so that you're not spending more money on supplies, because the ruffles that I'm going to use are a little bit more expensive. So I want to try to use something I already have. I had some of this white ribbon. I picked this up from Kirkland's, or Costco, not Kirkland's, but it's the Kirkland brand. And every fall to winter, they do carry ribbon. I don't believe they will have it now, but because I have it on hand, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to pick a certain amount of ribbon because I just want to make it a little bit easier to wrap, to be honest. So I'm going to start down here and I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the frame, any part of the frame that you want, just to start. We just want to get this started, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wrap this frame with my ribbon so that we have a nice base for our ruffles and our sign and our, you know, our heart, our detail. So I'm just going to keep wrapping this all the way around, and you could add some more glue in there if you want. I don't think it's really that necessary as long as you get that first part glued down. So I'm just going to keep wrapping this all the way around, and then we will come back and we will start with our ruffles. Alrighty, so I have my wreath totally covered, and as you can see, it does not look perfect. I don't need it to look perfect. I just needed to cover it up. So that's all that matters. Now, I've seen people use ribbon to wrap around these wreaths, and I'm sure there's some good YouTube tutorials on how to do that to make it look pretty. But I didn't watch one of those videos, so mine doesn't look pretty. But that's okay. We're not gonna, this is not what's gonna be seen. So I'm gonna take this heart foam that I made, and I am going to put some glue around the edges here. Okay, and we are going to put this, we're going to insert this in our frame. Put a good amount of glue, and then we're going to put it down. Okay, I'm going to be careful here because I don't want to get glue on my fingers. Probably should have just done one side at a time, but oh well, you live and you learn, right? So I'm going to press this down and let that dry. I have the heart already, pretty much it's not going to go anywhere. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to use. I have been eyeing this pre-ruffled trim at Hobby Lobby for probably four months now. And I've been thinking, oh, what could I do with that? I really like the looks of that. I'm going to link below. There's a video that I did of a ruffled wreath. And even though that I'm using this trim today, you don't have to use this trim. There is something that you can do, and I show you how to do it in the video that I posted below, but you could take just like a 2.5 inch wire ribbon. It has to be wired. It's very important. And you could just pull on one of the bottom of the ribbon and make your own ruffle. Okay, do you see that? And we're going to use this ruffle here, and then I have some other ruffle that I got. This really pretty, just kind of different, smaller of a ruffle, and I wanted to use. But I wanted to tell you, if you don't want to purchase this, and I think I got 1.5 yards of this, and I got this on sale. It goes on sale 50% off, so don't buy it full price, please. You could just take ribbon, and this is ribbon I got from Walmart over the Christmas break, and it's really nice ribbon. So you could use ribbon if you don't want to use the trim that I'm using. So let's go ahead and get started. There's a right side of this and a wrong side. So this would be the back side. So I'm going to have this showing. So I'm going to start at the point right here, and I'm going to put it, here's the center bar and the last bars here. So we're going to kind of go in between those two bars. Okay. So all I'm going to do is add a little bit of glue and then put my ruffle down on it, and all we'll do is we'll just keep doing the same thing until we get around the whole wreath. It's very simple, very easy to do, and you would do the same thing if you were using this ribbon as well. So we're just going to keep doing that, and I'll come back when I get it all the way around, and I'm just going to follow the shape of this. And honestly, you don't even have to always just use a heart for this. You could use a round wreath form and make your own little insert, put a little sign on it, do something like that if you want. Maybe there's some lettering that you could write on here. If you have a Cricut, you could use one of those and put something on here. But I will be right back, and we will start on the next level. All right, so I have the first layer on, and if you wanted to leave it like this, you could, but I'm going to keep going with my vision in my head when I made this. So I have 3 yards of this here. I think all we're going to use is 2 yards, but I'll be able to tell you that after I put the 2 layers on. So the first layer, we're going to work on that middle bar that's sticking up right here. And then we will add the next layer on top of our insert here. So let's just take this and give it a nice clean edge here. And I'm kind of looking, I guess it doesn't really matter. Maybe that one's a little bit better. So let's start on this end. All right, I can change my mind, right? So, and that edge is pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to start it here. And as you can see, I'm just going to keep going with the line of the heart wreath. And on the previous video that I did with the ruffle wreath, I took like a dome-shaped wreath and I flipped it over. For this one, we're just using it the way that it comes, the way that it's meant to be used. So I guess to explain that, I'll just show you on this. This is the right side up. The other tutorial that I did, I flipped it up this way and I used the underside so that our ruffles would lay a little bit different. So I'm just going to keep following the line of this wreath frame, and I'm just going to keep going around, and I'll be right back when I'm done with this part and we'll do the center. So I have the first layer of the red already in. So I kind of determined as I did this that I wanted to do something differently. I know I told you that I was going to go over top of this, but you know what? I changed my mind. So I'm going to just kind of press in a little bit on my edges here. Because we are going to see all of this, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I used this kind of trim, it really doesn't have a very good seam in it because it's meant to go underneath some fabric when you sew. So what we're going to do is we're going to go work our way underneath here. So when we start, I'm just going to kind of tuck this all under here so that it goes around the black heart like this. So let's get started. Put a little bit of glue, And I'm going to put my ribbon or my trim or my ruffles, whatever you like to call it. And I am just going to work my way in there so that you can't see, hopefully, so we can't see any of that white. Okay, so this is getting a little twisted. Okay, so I'm going to add some more here. And then the tricky parts, I'll be honest, are when you go around the heart. So let's just be really careful. And again, if you wanted to, you could take some pearls, and I might just do that. And you could drop some pearls in here, a strand of pearls, white pearls, to kind of trim it out too. So right over here, I can feel I'm going over that wire of the frame, that cross bracket. So far so good. Okay. Add some more here. This is where my nails come in handy, because I'm just using my nails to kind of press it in. So we're ready for the last steps of our wreath to finish it off. I am going to put a little bow right here because I didn't like how you could see some of the glue and some of the white, but I was pretty much going to put a bow there anyway. So what I'm going to do is I just got this very simple kind of coordinating ribbon at Hobby Lobby. Honestly, this is a Hobby Lobby wreath today, it seems like. So I'm just gonna, it doesn't have wire in it, so I'm just gonna take a very small section and we are just gonna make a very small bow. So you're just gonna make one loop and you're gonna grab it in the middle here. Let's see. And then you're gonna make another loop going the other direction. And you want to try to make it very symmetrical here, okay? So I think that's good. I'm going to cut my ribbon here. I'm going to take my piece of wire and I'm just going to really carefully, this is a lot harder to work with because it doesn't have any wire in this ribbon. So, but I liked it because it, like I said, coordinated with this. Kind of going for different patterns here, as you can probably guess already. So I think that's good. I'm gonna dovetail or put little ends here. Let's just do this. Do little angles here for our bow. And so what you can do is you could just run this wire down in the center there. Yeah, I think I gotta poke a hole. So let me find my scissors really quick that I wanna poke a hole. Here we go. You know, everything doesn't always fall together, guys. Sometimes you got to work at it. Sometimes, yeah, there we go. Yep, it's coming through. Sometimes you got to make it work. Okay. Another one. There we go. And that's how we're going to put our little ribbon. You could glue this on, and I could have glued it, but since I had the wire anyway, I might as well just use the wire. That's the way I kind of think, I guess. So we're going to just twist this, and don't worry about the wire showing because we are going to cover all of this. Okay. Bend these underneath. Okay, so there's our little bow. See, I need to make it go this way, actually. All right, so what are we gonna put in the middle of this? Well, there's a couple options. I got this really cute little sign, and I do like the sign. Let me just take off the ends. What are the ends? Oh my goodness. So you could even do this and just kind of glue that on. So I've got that option, and then the second option is just they have these packs of felt hearts, and you could even do that. But then you don't see the whole heart. So I don't know. I'm kind of going back and forth in my mind here what I want to do. I think they're both super cute. I wish the sign was smaller because I would just layer it, but I think I'm going to stick with this heart because I feel like it just kind of keeps that pattern going. So I'm gonna just put some glue here. Come on, glue gun. Got stuff on it. I don't know what's on this. There's glitter. And every good crafter has glitter. So, okay. So I'm gonna very carefully place this after we've done all of this work. I don't wanna mess it up now. Just gonna let that dry. I might even add a few little drops of glue here underneath the ribbon. All right, so that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna, I am committed now. It is on. But I do like this little sign. I might use it on a different project. So what are we gonna do now? Well, we're gonna make a hanger on the top. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take more of our ribbon here. And you know what? I'm gonna do a side note. I told you I'd tell you how much I had left of this, and I have more than a yard. So I only needed 2 yards for this trim to do this Dollar Tree heart frame. So now you know. Okay, so you're just gonna take however you want, how long you want your hanger to be, okay? And we're just gonna glue it. Let's see here. I'm just gonna glue it. Looking, yeah, that's what we want to do. Our ribbon here, ribbon there, and so now we have something to hang it from. So I'm going to add some more glue at the top here. And then at the beginning of this tutorial, I had you cut out this heart. So what we're going to do now is we are just going to lay this on top and we are going to glue it all around this frame. And then we will be done. And here is our finished product. If you enjoyed this, please leave me a heart emoji or a thumbs up emoji, or just like and comment. I love to hear from you guys. If you're from Heidi's channel, welcome to Julie's Wreath Boutique. We would love to have you join our journey of making beautiful things, and we appreciate having you so much. Now, if you go and you watch Heidi's channel, remember to leave her some hearts in her comments so she'll know that I sent you. Have a great day. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.